If books could speak. Today, let's talk about the 7 habits of highly effective people.
Why is it that nowadays, many people, including myself, every day is busy as if we are fighting at the end of the year looking back? Besides the exhaustion, it left no significant achievements. So where does the problem lie?
Because you focus too much on productivity and neglect effectiveness.
Aren't these two things the same? Every day I am constantly busy. Isn't that effective?
Productivity is doing things the right way, while efficiency is doing the right things.
Oh, wow. Is there really such a big difference?
Maybe you're just working hard on the wrong path.
This sentence really breaks people's hearts. So where does the problem lie? Have I been doing too many urgent but unimportant tasks?
That's right. Most people are trapped in the snare of urgent but unimportant tasks.
What do you mean? Could you explain in more detail?
Imagine you spend the whole day putting out fires, but never preventing them. Feeling exhausted, dealing with everything without really making any progress.
This content really touches my heart. So what are the urgent but unimportant tasks?
For example, one can mention the habit of constantly scrolling through the phone, replying to unimportant emails, or attending unnecessary meetings.
Wow, isn't that just my everyday life?
Busy all day. But in the end, looking back, nothing significant was accomplished. These tasks make you feel very busy, but they don't bring any real value at all.
So how can we break out of that vicious cycle? Are we just going to leave urgent matters unresolved?
You need to develop a goal-oriented mindset.
What is this way of thinking? It sounds quite abstract. Can you explain it in simpler terms?
Let's start by clearly defining the goal in your mind. Then decide on the current action.
It is still a bit vague. Can you give a specific example?
Imagine when you are 80 years old, at your funeral. What will your family and friends say about your life?
Oh my God, it feels like I've just been finished right here. But this way of thinking is powerful, making me understand what is truly important. So I need to clarify the life and achievements I want to attain, then work backwards to organize the current tasks.
That's right. That's the meaning of taking the goal as the starting point. It sounds reasonable, but the problem is, don't just act to keep busy, direct everything towards your true goal.
But every day there are countless unexpected events and tasks that fill up all my time. In such situations, how can one persist in doing what is truly important?
That's exactly the moment you need the third key, task categorization.
It sounds simple, but how can we determine which key is the right one?
Divide tasks into 4 categories: important and urgent, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, neither important nor urgent.
What are these 4 types specifically? Can you give an easy-to-understand example?
Important and urgent are crisis situations or deadlines. For example, a report that must be submitted today. This needs to be prioritized and resolved first. Important but not urgent tasks include exercising or learning new knowledge, which helps you improve your long-term abilities. But they are easily overlooked because if you don't do them, it doesn't seem to have an immediate consequence. Urgent but not important often refers to calls or emails that take up time. Value is indeed limited, but many things are just too much. Every day, we are interrupted hundreds of times by things that are neither important nor urgent, like watching movies or chatting. Those are just endless time black holes. The feeling of having only urgent tasks all day, with no time left for important but non-urgent matters. This causes 98% of people to spend their lives chasing after the goals of others. The meaning of this sentence really makes people think, caught up in urgent matters and forgetting the life one truly desires.
So what specifically should we do now? Are we just going to abandon all the tasks assigned by our superiors?
Please build the weekly plan based on roles.
What is the role plan that's so new?
It's not just a regular to-do list, but rather thinking about what you want to achieve in each of your roles.
Can you give me an example to understand better?
Usually, I only know how to complete the report. Every day, I just make a list like that. But with the role plan, think about how, as a team leader, I should use that report to demonstrate the value of the team and promote the development of each member. Indeed, this perspective is completely different. One side is task completion. The other is realizing values. At the same time, dedicate time to important but non-urgent tasks such as studying, training, and building relationships. But honestly, I feel like I don't have enough willpower. I made the plan, but I couldn't carry it out. Self-discipline is even more important than the plan.
It sounds too much like a slogan. Is there a more practical way?
Start with small things, like waking up 30 minutes earlier each day to read a book.
Is it that simple?
Build the habit of prioritizing difficult but important tasks first as a foundation. Training your willpower is just like exercising.
I understand now. It turns out I made a big mistake before, confusing being busy with being highly effective. In the end, it was just quick doing tasks of low value.
True efficiency is not about doing more tasks, but about doing the right tasks, those that yield significant long-term results. But in the short term, many important tasks are not urgent and do not yield immediate clear results, such as learning a new skill or exercising. This is precisely the issue of balancing production and productive capacity.
Another new concept, huh?
You can imagine a simple example, like the story of the goose that laid the golden eggs. The golden eggs symbolize the results you achieve, while the health of the goose represents the ability to produce over the long term. If you only focus on harvesting the eggs and neglect the health of the goose, sooner or later you will lose everything. Therefore, activities like exercising, learning, or investing in self-development, though not urgent, are taking care of the goose, ensuring it can continue to lay eggs in the future. Effective workers not only focus on current results, but also emphasize enhancing their ability to maintain performance in the future. Looking back, you might realize that the feeling of fatigue and lack of achievement comes from pushing yourself to the limit without investing time to recover and improving. This is also a situation that many people encounter, like firefighters busy extinguishing fires continuously without having time to prevent the fire source beforehand.
So, how can we maintain a strategic mindset in such a fast paced life?
A very practical way is to spend 1 to 2 hours each week to recharge your energy for yourself. Just like a car needs to be refueled, our body and mind also need care and rebalancing. These positive habits are not only individual, but also connect to form a complete system, guiding you through the process of growing up and self-development. It is a clear journey. First, you learn how to master yourself. Then, you move on to collaborating effectively with others. The first 3 habits help you transition from a state of dependence to independence, but it doesn't stop there. The next 4 habits take you to a higher level, the state of synergy with others, also known as interdependence. For example, the 4th habit is think win-win, which means seeking solutions where all parties benefit, rather than choosing between win-lose or lose-win. A concept that seems simple, but is very powerful when applied. But it's really hard to implement. 5th, understand others before expecting to be understood. Real communication starts with listening, which is truly not easy for most people. The 6th is collaboration for mutual development, a way of working where 1 plus 1 is greater than 2.
It turns out that high performance is not just about oneself, but also about coordinating with others. So, what about the 7th habit?
The 7th habit is continuously renewing oneself, the most easily overlooked factor.
Why is it said that this is something easily overlooked?
Just like a phone need to be charged, your body, mind, emotions, and spirit also need to be recharged regularly. Therefore, the core of high performance is not time management, but self-management and continuous innovation. That's right, time management is not as effective as self-management.
Why is it like this?
Because time is fair to everyone, the difference lies in how you use it.
I'm wondering if forming these habits takes time, but I'm already too busy. What should I do?
This is an investment issue. Investing time to sharpen the knife is not a waste, but rather to chop wood more efficiently later. Therefore, what seems like a waste of time in the short term helps save more in the long term. Once habits are formed, they will give you more time and a higher quality of life. Many people use tools and methods for time management, but the results are not very promising.
Why?
Because most time management methods only focus on productivity, neglecting performance. They do not delve into the essence of performance, doing the right thing instead of doing things right.
In summary, what is the essence of high performance?
It's about doing important things instead of doing more things. This perspective completely changed the way I understand efficiency, managing oneself, not managing time.
How can we simply evaluate whether something is worth doing or not?
Ask yourself, is this really important to my long-term goals and values?
This is like a wake-up call. It turns out I have been going in the wrong direction all this time without realizing it. From today, I will start reassessing the important but not urgent things and invest in my own abilities.
This is the first step to achieving high performance.
Do you have any final words you want to share with everyone?
Remember that what matters is not the speed but the direction.
Thank you to the speaker for the outstanding presentation today. After listening, do you have any thoughts or feelings? Please share the comments. If you enjoyed today's reading content, don't forget to like and follow. See you in the next issue where we will read more great books together.